Hi, I'm Sheona, and I decided to do Black Girl Sunscreen as my project. So, a little bit about the company. Black Girl Sunscreen was created in 2016 by Shantae Lundy, and they sell a bunch of different sunscreens that are formulated for women of color. So, the issue with a lot of sunscreens is that it leaves behind a white cast, which I'll show an example of, I think, in the next two slides. So Shantae Lundy's idea was to create a sunscreen that was as effective as any other sunscreen, but that dries without a white cast. So this is taken directly from their website. So in their story, they identify a problem and really appeal to the struggles of the consumer who is buying their product. So they explain that with a normal sunscreen that leaves a white cast, for example, you're left with blotchy makeup, which happens when you try and mix in foundation or concealer. Um, like with that white cast, the white residue, it can't mix together. So it leaves this sort of blotchy look. And then, like in this paragraph, they say that it keeps people from truly enjoying a beautiful sunny day. Um, I think it's also effective that they create this sort of like community feel when they say leaving behind a visible white residue on our darker skinned sisters. I think that that's really small, but I think it is effective enough as it's creating this sort of like sense of community in a way among its target market. So I think that their strength really lies in the product itself. It is a very good product. Its formula is good. It's free of parabens and all those chemicals that people are trying to avoid these days. And it does indeed not leave a white cast, most importantly. I've tried it myself. I've actually been using it for the past 2 years, and I can definitely attest to its effectiveness. It does not leave a white cast. And I also thought I would mention the packaging. It's just very clean and very sleek. Um, and I think their name is very effective. It's sort of provocative, I guess. It's literally called Black Girl Sunscreen. But I mean, when I was first searching for sunscreens that didn't leave a white cast, and I was in Target and I saw that brand, I kind of knew right away, like, okay, that's not going to leave a white cast on me, just because of who it's targeted towards. So I thought that was very effective. This is just showing the ingredients inside of the product again. It says, it's paraben free, free of a bunch of different chemicals that we're trying to avoid. It has a bunch of natural ingredients, moisturizing ingredients, which we love to see in products, and it is an SPF without the white cast, most importantly. Okay, you're supposed to be able to see each of the social media pages, but I guess that's not possible with this. But on their website, they have a link to all their different social media pages. So they have their Pinterest, their Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And this is where I think they're sort of lacking. They post like relatively consistently across their platforms. And as I've scrolled through them, I've seen, like, for example, on their Instagram, I saw like a scavenger hunt at Target. And you could get like $100 gift card and like a free bottle of their sunscreen, which I thought was kind of random. And then they have some product promotion, like that's mainly what it consists of. For example, back in December, they came out with this pine and wine like duo scented sunscreen. Um, so they do a lot of that on their social media. But one thing that I noticed is that there's really no like outreach to influencers or like random customers or loyal customers that can really attest to its effectiveness. And I think that that would be really beneficial for the company. So, kind of getting more into that, I went onto TikTok and I looked up a few different things. I looked up like Black Girl Sunscreen, sunscreens for women of color, sunscreens that didn't leave a white cast, and just random kind of searches like that. And this is kind of everything that popped up with Black Girl Sunscreen. And these are just random people trying out the product. The company didn't send them anything, ask them to make a video or anything. But I mean, if you look at like the likes, there's a decent amount of likes on each of the videos and even more views. So I definitely think that if they could like send a product over either to like some Black creators or just any creators of color, I think that that would be really effective for them and have um, they would get like a lot more views and attention. Okay, so on to price. So their best seller is a 3 ounce bottle, and it's priced at an average of like $15. On Target, I think it's $15.99. And if you look at all the sunscreens that Target offers, that like size bottle, not the amount of ounces, but like the actual size of the bottle is priced between like $10 to $15. And those bottles are usually 6 to 8 ounces. So the Black Girl sunscreen bottle is like, it's small, but it's not small enough for you to recognize that it's actually like half the amount of product that you would be buying in comparison to like that other 6 to 8 ounce bottle. So I don't have an example of that on the screen, but from my experience, it seems to be like a good enough sized bottle to buy for that price. And if you look at like the more luxurious brands, there's like La Roche-Posay in that Target search, and that was way more expensive. So like generally it's priced between that like $10 to $15 range, but the size bottle differs. Okay, you're also supposed to be able to see the different places. This is their international spread of retailers. They are selling at some really big major retailers: Amazon, Target, Walgreens, CVS, HEB, whatever that is. And then they also have some domestic retailers, a lot that are online. And yeah, so they've definitely grown. They're selling at Target. I remember when they first started coming out at Target, um, like everything was selling out relatively quickly. I like was a pretty avid consumer of their products, and um, I would say that they sold out pretty fast. But obviously, that's just my own experience. But yeah. Okay, so my thoughts when searching like on TikTok and like different social media and like seeing what's trending. I think that one of their biggest competitions in terms of finding a sunscreen that does not have a white cast is Korean skincare. And recently it's been brought up a bunch. It's known for having like really good ingredients, it's affordable, and it doesn't leave a white cast. And so, like, upon scrolling through TikTok and looking at different creators' videos and comparing sunscreens that don't have a white cast, a lot of products that came up were Korean skincare. So I would say that that's definitely one of their biggest competitors. And then just other sunscreens that are eliminating white casts. In terms of advertising, I think that influencer advertising would be a great choice for them. I think sending products to Black creators or creators of color would be really effective, or just random people, to try out their product and then like show whether it's effective or not. And it does indeed not leave a white cast. So I think that spreading that through the social media would be really effective. And then with price, they do have competitive pricing. It is kind of weird just given that like the bottles are the same size, but there's less product in ounces. So yeah, just keeping in mind like the pricing. But yeah, thank you.